Hi, kids. I know it's been a long time since I've done a video. I apologize. It's been absolutely crazy around here. I'm getting a bunch of stuff together for work, and on top of that, I have 2 papers due this week. And finals next week. Fantastic. Wonderful. Because, I needed more pressure on top of me. But, and yes, I know I haven't done a video on the Avery case in quite a while. And the reason why I didn't do one on Kathleen Zellner's latest motion is because I've said it all. I've said it all. Every word that she put into that motion, that brilliant woman, and of course I'm going to feel that she's brilliant because we said the same stuff. You can go ahead, honey. Uh, got a little tiny person trying to cross by my office. Every word that she put into that motion, I've already said, and I said it over a year to a year and a half ago, and I have about 350 videos on it. So, yeah, I'm not Ken Kratz. I'm not going to keep regurgitating the same shit over and over and over again just for views, okay? I know it's really dark in my office. I noticed when I went to record that this light above me was like making a halo, and we cannot have a halo. That's false advertising. But I wanted to, that I couldn't sit here and let the murder of Laci Peterson stuff go without looking into it myself. You know this. I'm sure all of you were like, when is Mama gonna say something? And the time is now. So, as a disclaimer, for those of you just joining the channel because it's Laci Peterson and Scott Peterson, as a disclaimer, I don't base any of my information off of the documentary or the film or any of that stuff. I don't do that. I don't do it because it has been my experience that filmmakers often are extremely biased. I base all of my observations, all of my videos, and all of my information off of the actual case files and supporting evidence that I'm able to glean from various experts in the field. So yeah, if you're going to come on here and make comments on this video of what do you know, you just saw a documentary and you think you're an expert. No, I don't think I'm an expert because I saw a documentary. I think that I know what I'm talking about because A, I am a criminal justice student with a major in crime and criminal behavior, a concentration on crime and criminal behavior with a minor in digital forensic technology, and B, because I have eyes and critical thinking skills. I'm capable of reading this stuff and figuring things out for myself because I know how to do this and find the information. That's what makes me an expert in what I say. Now, so having said that, with my lovely disclaimer, having said that, I noticed something when I was going through what I was able to find of Laci's autopsy report. And again, if you don't know me, you will soon. Links below in the description. Everything that I cite in my videos, I put my links of my information sources down below in the description so that you can check it out for yourself and come to your own conclusions. From what I was able to find on Laci Peterson's autopsy report, and we're going to do this, I'm going to minimize that so that I can go over here to my handy dandy computer. Yes, I'm using my computer light for this. Let's see, Laci Peterson, autopsy diagnosis. We're going to go through this real quick for you. Female body with absence of each radius, each ulna, and both hands, absence of both feet and left tibia and fibula. Absence of head and cervical vertebra, 1 to 6. That's the cervical vertebra they're talking about is the neck. Absence of thoracoabdominal viscera. Get this shit though, kids. This is what made my hackles go, what the fuck? Gravid uterus, fetus placenta, and the umbilical cord absent with opening near fundus. Here's the kicker. Cervix intact and closed. Really? Cervix intact and closed. Cervix intact and closed. Kids, during the course of the trial, back in 2003, 2004, whatever, back during the course of the investigation and the trial, the prosecution, and I remember this, mind you, I'm not going to cite an article that says this, but I remember them saying that Connor was ejected from Laci's body due to what's known as coffin birth, which is essentially, you know, the mother dies while she's pregnant, and the buildup of the gases that occur in the human body during decomposition act as the contractions during childbirth and tend to expel the child from the uterus. Here's the thing, though. The cervix is a muscle. Muscles stay contracted as long as you're alive. It's the same process that causes you to expel all of your waste products upon the moment of death. All of your muscles relax because there's no longer those electrical charges going on in your brain telling your shit to stay in. Thank you. I'm not above toilet humor if I have to. I'm just saying. So all of your muscles stay clenched like they're supposed to. Your anus, your bladder, everything stays clenched like they're supposed to because of the chemical and electrical processes in the brain. But once that shuts down, everything releases. This is prior to the onset of rigor mortis, which causes everything to contract. You know, so for about 2 hours following death, everything releases, and then rigor mortis sets in, and then about 72 hours after that, 48 to 72 hours, give or take, everything will relax again, and what's known as liver mortis sets in. And typically it is during the course of liver mortis that coffin birth will occur. So if Laci's cervix at the time of autopsy is intact and closed, she had to have been alive when she gave birth. What? Which means that Connor had to have been born alive. Now, this is speculation on my part, kids. I don't know if Connor was born alive. I haven't found his autopsy report yet. I haven't gone through it. But the cervix intact and closed is what we're talking about here. This is the weird thing, okay? Because after death, during a coffin birth, how would her muscles contract and close the cervix if there's no blood flow, if there's no electrical impulses in the brain, if she's dead? They wouldn't. That's the answer. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. Now, just to prove my point, let's discuss the cervix for a minute. For those of you reading along. Okay. The cervix is the inferior portion of the uterus separating the body of the uterus from the vagina. The cervix is cylindrical in shape with an endocervical canal located in the midline, allowing passage of semen into the uterus. The external opening into the vagina is termed the external os, and the internal opening into the endometrial cavity is termed the internal os. The internal os is the portion of a female cervix. The internal os is the portion of a female cervix that dilates to allow delivery of the fetus during labor. The average length of the cervix is 3 to 5 centimeters. The vasculature is supplied by descending branches of the uterine artery, which run bilaterally at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock positions of the cervix. The nerve supply to the cervix is via the parasympathetic nervous system by way of the second thorough parasympathetics. Lymphatic drainage of the cervix is complex. The obturator, common iliac, internal iliac, external iliac, and visceral perimedial nodes are the main drainage points. So we're talking about a vast connection of muscles, nerves, blood vessels, and a partridge in a motherfucking pear tree is what we're discussing here for just that little piece of female human anatomy that allows itself to expand so the child can pass through it. And you're telling me that that cervix is intact and closed if she had a coffin birth post-mortem? I call bullshit. I call full bullshit. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't happen. Her cervix has no business being intact and closed at the time of her autopsy if she had a coffin birth. That's what I have to say on that one. So keep a lookout for further Scott Peterson videos. I will be doing more. Yes, I know I'm a little bit windblown. It was the long day here in the desert, so I apologize. What can I say, kids? I've got a lot of stuff on my plate, and I know a lot of you are getting really upset with me because I'm not doing a bunch of videos like I used to do, but we all knew that when I started working again and when I went back to school to get my law degree, that the amount of videos was going to drop off because I can't help these people the way that they deserve to be helped and the way that I would prefer to help them by taking their case and representing them without my law degree. All I can do is this. And what does this do? This educates, but this doesn't really have any practical application, to be quite honest. So I will do my best to do more videos. I'm going to do everything I can to hunt through these case files and see what I can find on the Scott Peterson case. I know it seems like I'm just jumping on a bandwagon, but you know, guys, when shit comes at me, I gotta take it where I can find it, okay? So, don't forget to subscribe to me here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Mama Phoenix 6. And if you boogie on over to the About page here on my channel, you'll see everything from my Pinterest boards to my fan page on Facebook. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.